Let's look into the film of Cooper Kupp. First and foremost, when you are a wide receiver, a lot of things goes into play. Can you take the top off the defense? Can you manipulate your routes? Can you stack? Can you release? Can you make all of your routes look the same, even though you're trying to be creative in a spot that you're attacking a certain area of the field? Now, Cooper Kupp brings a lot to the table. He lines up primarily inside the slot, but he can line up outside. He's a nuanced route runner guy. He don't get a lot of separation, but he do have short area speed. And when it's time for him to get separation, he can figure out ways to get such. And when you look at his overall skill set and game, if the Cowboys trying to bring him to the table, I think that he have the size and the measurables to also catch the difficult catches there. And he can still manipulate the routes as it relates to being a concept. Watch, he dig down in this one, found the soft area, and he caught the DB lurking, and he's able to sell the go and still be able to catch the ball in the flat here on the deeper edges of the flat, on the deep out basically. Not necessarily a flat, but you can see how he's crafty enough to create space, catch the ball inside the traffic, and you see good hands there, extend and not allowing the ball to hit his body. Here he is moving up outside of the slot area there. Keep his feet busy, keep the play alive, watching, keep his eyes in contact with the quarterback, and he's able to find a soft spot in between two defenders here and greets the ball. Here's Cooper Kupp here, one-on-one. He's on the outside shoulder. He's going to extend, create that separation. He's strong enough. He got long enough extensions there to reach out and grab the ball. I think Cooper Kupp brings a lot to the table. I think that if the Cowboys do pick him up, there will be some issues as it relates to him and CeeDee Lamb playing in the same spot, basically primarily inside the slot, but you can get creative. And I've seen teams be able to get creative with those two things there, of having two guys that can play inside. When you start talking about body control and using your frame, he uses frame on there, so that what separates him from smaller wide receivers. He's able to shield off that, and he creates free space and opportunity, stack, releases, and come back towards the ball on a good throw by the quarterback here. He already had a step on him. Keep in mind, when you are even, he's leaving, right? Keep that into your mental mindset. Keep the hands off of him. He's going to get out of the cylinder, step, stack, and he's going to move inside the field. And like I said, he knows how to use his body as leverage. He's a bigger, taller target for your quarterback, and that will always pay in for those type of things. So I like Kupp, and if Kupp finds himself, he look at big zone area right here, he finds himself there, and the quarterback throws the ball in a nice window of opportunity there, I think Kupp would bring a lot to the table, not a few things. And on top of that, you still got to respect his size, his speed, his wisdom, and understanding of the game. It's a no-brainer for the Cowboys to at least attempt to take a look at Kupp. Keep this in mind, too. I think his grandfather played for the Cowboys back in the day. So, hey, keep the legacy bloodline going for your mind. And, of course, that was during the time of Tom Landry. So, we will see whether or not he can fit right on in with the Cowboys if this is the situation. I can tell y'all that those that's watching, Cooper Kupp will be a good piece for the Cowboys. And on top of that, answer this question, too. Is he better than Jalen Brooks? Is he better than Ryan Flanoy, Jonathan Mingo, Jalen Tolbert, right? I think that he will add more insight and wisdom and understanding to the table and competition to the game, and he will help more than hurt those guys that's already here, whoever the Cowboys may think that they want to continue to develop and grow, not to take anything away from those boys, but when you get a chance to have a guy who played in the Super Bowl to ultimately lift up that Lombardi trophy, why not bring him in? Now that will help, and it will also be a guy of a voice of reasonings when it's time for you to talk about those things as far as playoff time for your mind. So yeah, bring in Cooper Kupp, dismiss all of the stats and the records he had far as the individual numbers and just start all the way over with a clean sheet of paper and how he can make the Dallas Cowboys better. And this goes back to my other philosophy, ladies and gentlemen. Just because you pick up Cooper Kupp doesn't mean that this stops you from drafting a wide receiver in this draft, right? Or going into free agency after the draft is over with to take a real good look at another wide receiver, right? So this will pay some time in for that, and this will give you a good longitude and latitude to work with as far as your draft study. Keep in mind, I'm going to say this to like an old record. You don't want to go shopping on an empty stomach. I'm talking about grocery shopping. You end up spending money on things you don't need, right? The same way with this draft. You don't want to go into the draft thinking that I must only find a wide receiver. No, this will pay off and give you enough time so that you can draft properly. Cowboy Nation, that's all of my thoughts on Cooper Kupp. Hopefully he will be able to sign with the silver and blue and the star on the side of the helmet, because I think ultimately he will help this team more than hurt this team. That's been my time. I really thank you all for yours. And remember, you're listening to nothing but the best. Go Cowboys and go Kupp. Salute. Peace. I'm out. Once you catch this one. Yeah. Boom. Good throw, good catch.